Hello, welcome everyone. It is April. Jeremy, hi.
I mean, it's going by quick.
Yes, it is. We have a lot to talk about.
Oh my gosh, we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. So why wait? Let's just jump into the good stuff or the not so good stuff. And let's just keep it real. I mean, that's what I like about us.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it real. That's what people are here for is life is tough. And April, oh my gosh, sorry, that was kind of a loud exhale. But I've been doing some update readings and I'm kind of puzzled of what April is, what that's, it will be interesting to meet after April's over
Yeah.
and look back in hindsight. It's like, oh, that's what April was.
hmm
So
Yeah.
we'll start off with the Chinese stuff and end with the Western
Sounds good.
stars. You ready?
I love it. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Okay, it's a young Earth Dragon month starting April 4th. And
Yep.
the reason that feels like a lot is because we are in a dragon year.
hmm
And double dragons is not the best combination. I don't know how to say it.
No, it's true though. It's true. They call it a self penalty.
Yeah. Yeah. I my so if you don't have a dragon in your chart, this double dragon energy is going to feel like a lot. It's going to feel intense. It's going to feel like what the heck, like
hmm
maybe things are unpredictable. They're kind of coming out of left field. Wasn't expecting this, kind of expect the unexpected. I've heard you say that before.
Yeah.
That self penalty that you're talking about, the double dragon, from my experience, and I'd love to hear how you have perceived it in people's charts and stuff,
hmm
is it comes across as an irritant. Like
Mm.
it's a quick reaction to things or an overreaction to things. It's just an annoyance with things that are happening because it's interfering with my mood or interfering with my plan.
Yeah.
How do you see self penalty?
That is a perfect definition of it. What I've noticed in people's charts when if they have a double dragon or during double dragon energy months or times during the year, or even the year of the dragon, I've noticed that the self penalty of the dragon specifically really pertains to unawareness. I think that when
Mm,
the dragon is even either being the irritant to other people, they don't see it, they don't know
mm,
it. Or
mm-hmm,
if they're irritated by other people, they can't quite put their finger on why.
mm, mm,
So it's kind of an unawareness in
yeah.
my view. And so I think that when you have other people in your life that are and if you do have a dragon in your chart and you have people in your life going, "You're really irritable today," or "You're really irritable this week," or
Mm-hmm,
"Why are you acting like this? It's so
mm-hmm,
weird." Listen up
yeah.
because your people are trying to tell you something. And with the self-penalty, it really requires the dragon who loves to fly through the air. It loves to see the big picture to really double down and land on
Mm-hmm,
planet Earth to really get grounded in to see the self-awareness that they need to be seeing in order to
mm,
kind of counteract that
yeah.
energy.
And I think that's so right on because it's a young Earth dragon that's coming in April.
Yeah.
And how that feels to me is grounding and anchoring. So there's a lot of that's going to be happening. There's already a
hmm
lot that's happening and we have to get grounded and centered in our own values, what's important to us, and not be persuaded because dragon doesn't like that's why it gets irritated because it's all these other little things that are getting all this other noise and drama and complaining and gossiping. I'm hoping this second dragon flying in this young earth is about grounding us in who we
Yeah.
are because that's what we want to take forward, right?
hmm
Not get caught up in all this other stuff. So, what about people who already have a dragon in their chart? How do you feel this double dragon, this external kind of energy is going to influence people like
Well,
us or me.
just everything that you said, but also we want to pay attention to what pillar the dragon is in a specific chart
Yeah.
because it's going to pertain to those relationships in your life. Like if it's in the emotions pillar, which is all the way over to the left, the hour pillar, that is going to really pertain to the relationship with you and your children or your younger siblings.
Yeah.
If it's in the life pillar or the day pillar, your body, it's going to be the relationship to your health, but also your spouse. So depending on which pillar it affects, those are the relationships that you've really got to watch this month.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. So the dragon is gonna this because it's a double this month.
Mhm.
Who needs to be careful? Which other animals in the zodiac do we need to be careful?
Well, as you and I well know, the dog. The dog is the opposite animal of the dragon. So it forms a clash. And clashes really kind of provide an awareness of the other, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
dragon likes to fly through the air. It likes to see the big picture. Dogs can't do that. They have to be in the moment. They're a little bit stressed out and a little bit nervous. So when they see a big dragon flying through the air, they're a little bit a little bit spooked, right?
The
Poor
heck.
little dog. So, if you do have a dog in your chart this month, make sure to take the time that you need to nurture that dog. If the dog energy in your body needs to go for a walk, go for a walk. If it needs to eat, feed yourself. If you're feeling freaked out by something, crawl up in your bed and nurture yourself. Make sure that you're doing the things that if you owned a dog and your dog was freaked out by the fireworks, what would you do?
Right.
How would you
Love
nurture
that.
that dog? Do that for yourself. That's what we're saying about the dog this month.
Yeah.
That's another one. The other one is the rabbit.
I'm sorry.
Both the and I've got a rabbit and a dog in my chart. So I've just decided April's going to be my lay low month of 2024. But after we go into the Western stuff, I don't know if I'll be able to be laying low for April. But yeah, the rabbit is very similar to the dog in the fact that it gets a little bit nervous. It gets a little anxious, right? Both the dog and the rabbit are very, very connected to their senses, their super spidey senses. And so the rabbit doesn't really quite know what to do with that dragon energy because it's got those big ears, the super hearing, right? And it's ready to bolt, right?
Yeah.
So those are the two that I would say need to really watch it this month.
Yeah, and if you do have a rabbit in your chart, the dragon rabbit combination can bring about illness or injury.
Yep.
So be careful in your overreaction of things.
Hmm.
Freaking out, being stressed out, nervous. If you're feeling, a spike in your heart rate, if your anxiety is peaking, do those things to calm. Go into a safe place, go into a
Yeah.
dark hole. Not for the whole month, of course,
No.
but have somebody that you can call to kind of help you just calm your energy, calm your nerves, so you can get through the energy.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear back after this month of Dragon Folk. Now,
I
here's the
know.
other thing that's going to make this month a doozy is all of the monthly stars are the same stars as the annual stars. So
Mm,
that's doubled this
yeah.
month. So it's a double dragon and it's double stars, which means wherever there's good stars, it's going to be fabulous. Wherever there's not so good stars, it's not going to be so good. And
Yeah.
so here are the areas that I feel like that are going to be the places where we're going to learn the most, where we really have some deep lessons to learn. We can have that dragon help move it maybe a little
Yeah.
bit quicker. We don't need to sit in it, but just be
No.
aware. Pay attention to conversations or things that are triggering you, or memories or dreams, things that keep coming up. This is stuff we need to look at. So if south facing homes, if your front door is in the south, if you have a horse in your chart, there's a lot of karmic energy. There's a lot of
Hmm.
energy that says, hey, clean stuff up, make amends, right? And don't turn your back on things that feel like, don't be in denial about something and look away, because it might get you. Make sure
Mhm.
your doors are locked, your windows are locked in the south. It's a great place for, it's an open energy that kind of allows break-ins or, robbery, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Also the west where the rooster lives. So this is in an area, well, let me go back real quick in the south. This is about your fame and your reputation.
Mhm.
So be careful, be mindful, horse people are south facing. If your business is south or if you sleep in the south, this is about how the world sees you. So be mindful of what you're putting out there this month. Be
Mhm.
careful with your words, your intentions, because that might come back and bite you in the butt.
Yeah.
Same with roosters. Now this is around your inner child, your creativity, being playful, and your connection to your children. There's some instability here this month. It's all year, but it's really getting a shakeup this month.
Mhm.
So that's a perfect time to just readjust. And that's perfect alignment with what you're going to talk about in the Western world, right? Just
Yeah.
reevaluate, reassess, get a different perspective on where things have been and is it really the place that you want to move forward in.
Yeah.
And then the last one I'm going to mention is the center, and that's our health.
Mhm.
There's a lot of conflict energy, arguing, bickering, fighting, and everything that happens in the center of our homes affects everybody because it touches all the other animals, it touches all of the other sectors. And so really be mindful of the center of your space, which depending on your home could be 10 or 15 feet in diameter. It's a significant space. It's the size of a room. So clean out closets, do some repair work if you have to, but keep conversations out of that area.
Mhm.
Be mindful of your own self-talk. So to me, those are the three main areas. I think the rest of if we can focus on those, not in a way that like, oh crap, but focus them in a way to that like, I'm going to use this time to heal, to remedy, to integrate, to connect deeper. I think we can really get a lot out of this month.
Yeah. I totally agree. I think that's those. In fact, as you were talking about the West, I have my staircases in the West. And sometimes when late at night, if I need to get out of my bedroom and go get a glass of water or go down to the kitchen, sometimes I'll just leave the light off. And I just had this feeling last night. No, turn the light on. I'm not interrupting anyone. I'm not hurting anybody. So again, with that instability there, I need to look at where I'm going. I can't just
Yes.
unconsciously walk down the stairs this year,
Yeah,
or
and
especially this month.
that's your rabbit in the opposite sector,
Exactly.
hopping up and down the stairs. So yeah, be careful, my friend. I don't want to get a call.
Help me. I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh my God. Yeah, it's
All
going to
right.
be an intense month in the Western world too.
Okay, go for it.
There- There's a lot of crazy shit happening this month. And um so I'm just going to start with the new moon solar eclipse on the 8th of April. Okay. So wherever we have eclipse, it's connected to the north and south node. Okay.
Okay.
And so the North Node is in the sign of Aries. So everyone that has Aries in their chart, this is a big year of shifting and changing because the North Node is really where we're being asked to stretch. The universe
Mm,
wants us to move up and wants us to level up. So Aries people, this year is about leveling up, upping your game. But you can't up your game unless you're coming from integrity.
mm.
Because if you try, it always bites you in the butt.
Okay.
Okay, so the South Node is in the sign of Libra. About a week ago, we had the lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra, and the lunar eclipse is about full moon energy. It's about release. It's about letting go. The solar eclipse energy or new moon energy is when the moon and the sun are in perfect alignment, right at the same degree in a specific sign. And this is, of course, Aries energy. Aries is the sign of new beginnings, forward movement, action, but also war energy.
Mm,
So. all of the fighting that we're seeing going on in the world is going to take a turn. Whether it's going to be for the worst or for the better, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But historically speaking, Aries energy is not gentle. So it's going to
Mm-hmm.
come in and it's going to be a big kind of explosion. Again, you can be looking to the seventh, eighth, or ninth, depending on where you live.
Can I ask you a question about the eclipse?
Yes,
A lot of people will do, put water out in a full moon, stones out. Why not do it during an eclipse?
because the eclipse energy is taking the potency of that moon cycle and expanding it by times 100.
It's just too
So the
much.
eclipses, what they do is the eclipse itself is the ritual.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
so we don't have to do anything. You can
Okay.
do something as simple as doing a washing technique on your hands during a full moon or a full moon eclipse. You can set an intention in your mind, but as far as writing it down and burning it in the fire or charging your crystals, no. It's not an energy. It's kind of a volatile energy, and especially in the sign of Aries, the most volatile sign in the zodiac. We
How
don't want
dare
to be
you?
doing, right? We're a bit much for people. Sorry. But it's one of those things where you don't need to do that because the universe is taking care of it. Now,
Mm,
specifically with this solar eclipse, solar eclipses or new moon eclipses really represent the physical body and the physical. So Aries people, pay attention to where 8 degrees um, Aries is in your chart and figure out which house it's lighting up because that's the area of life where this intense energy is going to be happening. Now, that's not to say that you can't set some really good intentions.
mm-hmm,
Remember, it expands the energy for the new moon. So this is a really good time to sit with your mind,
mm-hmm,
sit in your intentions and really ask the question, what do I want to start?
hmm.
What are the things I want to start? Now,
Yeah.
eclipse energy, you can feel up to 30 days before and 30 days after. So
Okay.
maybe you set an intention and wait for the first week in May to release that intention to really get the
Mm-hmm.
positive energy from it. Now, the
Awesome.
next thing that we're experiencing is the Jupiter Uranus conjunction on April 19th. We're already starting to feel the effects because Jupiter is rapidly approaching to Uranus. You mentioned unexpected energy earlier. Um, Uranus is the planet of expecting the unexpected. Now, Jupiter and Uranus are in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is the one sign in the zodiac that absolutely hates the ugly surprise. They hate
Oh,
change. They hate to shift. They hate to be told what to do. It's the most stubborn sign in the zodiac. So for Uranus, the wild card planet of the zodiac that causes unexpected change,
oh my gosh.
poor Tauruses for the last 7 years have just been kind of on a roller coaster ride. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So unexpected changes all at once, unexpectedly expanded in the middle of April. Now, Taurus is the sign of stability, practicality, but also money. So, we're going to be experiencing some kind of financial shift in the world market
Mm,
in April. But it's important to go back to what we were saying about the dragon. Stay grounded
mm-hmm,
because there's going to be a lot of that conflict in the center of our homes, right? Which is, again, can
mm-hmm,
create some gossip, can create some backbiting, can create especially fear mongering. There is
mm-hmm,
going to be experiences that happen in April that are going to freak a lot of people out. Rather than getting on social media and going towards the people that are fear mongering and telling you to be really afraid, center and ground. Okay, because Aries it is very action oriented. It's
mm-hmm.
very explosive
Might be
energy.
a good month just to kind of back off of
Absolutely.
the
For
news,
Tauruses and
all that.
Aries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, disengage.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's the positive side of the Uranus Jupiter conjunction in Taurus. Depending on where it is in your chart and depending on the aspects that it's setting off, would be really, really good for financial investments.
Mm,
Again, if you want to find out how it's affecting you, set up a reading with me and we can
mm-hmm,
really take a look at. I've been doing a lot of update readings this year, and there's some people where this conjunction is going to just knock them off rockers. And then there's some that are going to be like, ooh, this is a really good strategic time to do investments, things
Hmm.
like that. So
Cool.
depending on where it is in your chart, it will really shift things. The last time this Uranus Jupiter conjunction happened was in May of 1941, which is when we
Oh,
saw
wow.
a lot of turns happen in World War II.
Hmm.
We've got two wars going on the, well, more than two wars, but two
Hmm.
really main sources of conflict where we might see a turning point in both of those shifting.
Wow.
Again, we don't know if it's for the better or for the worse, but we're going to see some shifts in
Yeah.
that arena.
Wow.
This can also really deal with politics as well. So we're going to see, we might get some upsetting information in the middle of April, depending on who you are again. And then finally, we've got Mercury retrograde starting on April 1st. Okay. In the sign of Aries. Okay. All of my Aries people, we're going to watch Netflix. We're going to eat a little bit of chocolate. We're not going to drive as much as possible. Okay. I don't know about you other Aries, but I have a little bit of a road rage problem. People piss me off. I'm going to keep the driving for my Libra husband. Okay. He doesn't have a problem with, road raging. So it's going to be important for us during Mercury retrograde to really, really clue into all of the things that are prefix RE, resting, relaxing, redoing, rethinking, re strategizing, retreating. There's going to be a lot of intense energy. So use this to retreat. Um, use this to really kind of come back into yourself, come back into your body, meditate, really, really calm your senses, calm your nerves. Um, if you have major conversations that you need to have with people, do not have them between April 1st and April 25th. If you do, there's going to be some kind of explosive energy that happens.
Hmm.
So if you can just hold off until the last week in April, you're going to be so much better.
Great
So now that
insights.
we've heard the
Hmm.
Eastern perspective of things and the Western perspective of things, the keyword here is intensity,
Yeah. And it could go either
right?
way.
It could go either way,
Hmm.
right? It all depends on your four pillar chart and it depends on your Western natal chart.
And your intentions, the energy you're putting into it.
Absolutely. Because if you go into doom and gloom and fear, and
Yeah.
you've got some negative aspects hitting your chart, it'll just expand that energy.
Yeah.
But if you go into a kind of a prep mode of, okay, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I've prepared myself. I know that I need to calm myself down. I need to meditate. I need to
Hmm.
ground so that whatever happens and whatever comes, I'm prepared. I have all of the tools that I need to make it through whatever's coming.
Yeah. And you got us. We're right
Hell
here.
yeah.
Just
We're
reach
right
out.
here,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah. I'm having more people reach out to me just this last few days.
Are you?
Yeah. So who knows? People might be feeling it. And it's not that
People
they
might
know
be.
exactly what's coming, but they can, things are shifting and they're ready to shift along with them.
Yeah, I think people can sense it, you
Hmm.
know?
Oh, for sure. We don't give ourselves
Okay,
enough credit.
I love this. So the card that I pulled is the Dreamer.
Ooh.
Okay, the Dreamer is the I believe it's the Fool in the it's the very first card in the tarot. Okay, the Dreamer
Hmm.
is about taking a leap of faith.
Hmm.
It's about believing in yourself, believing in your dreams, and moving forward. Now, with Mercury retrograde energy, we probably won't see a lot of moving forward on a lot of new things. But with the solar eclipse also in Aries, it's kind of a counterintuitive energy. There are going to
Hmm.
be some starts, some false starts, some delayed responses, some slower starts.
Hmm.
But regardless of what happens, we can have faith that we can step forward into it. We can step into ourselves.
Mm.
We can follow our dreams.
I love that.
The other thing that we can do is we can remember that it's safe to follow our dreams.
Yeah. I highly encourage everyone to take a moment in the next few days. Just ground yourself, get your feet on the floor, take some big deep breaths, and close your eyes. And imagine yourself riding the dragon.
Ooh.
You are riding the dragon, and he's moving you through this time space reality, revealing your dreams, all the things that you put out there, rather than feeling like this small human that all of this stuff might be happening to. Harness
Yep.
that energy of the dragon, the speed, the power, the ability, the magic. Embody that. I think that's would be a nice meditation for each of us.
I
Me.
love that. That's such a beautiful image.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
insights and your wisdom. I'm glad
Thank
we're
you.
across the street from one another,
I
so
know. Hey,
we can
neighbor.
hold hands and hold real tight. We'll
Right?
make it. Have a great month. You know where to find us. Links are below. Don't hesitate to reach out if you need any insights or want to book
Yes.
a reading. Take
Yeah.
care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.